Go, Bronco. Spell ourselves out. You good?
I don't know.
Welcome back to the Smoking Society. I'm your boy Luke with my not well friend Anvil. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. It'll be over soon. It's just another,
I need a new hat.
7 to 10 minutes of this.
I need a new hat.
Yeah. We'll get. You should have done that in a Packers hat. Honestly.
I don't have one, so that's the reason why I couldn't barf in one.
Fair enough.
I think it's. Hold on.
Yeah. Let me take it.
I read it. I read it again. So
Okay.
go ahead.
All right, I'll tell it. The first plant-based steak in the U.S. hit stores this week. How exciting! How exciting! Are you excited?
Stop trolling me, man.
I'm so excited.
Stop trolling me.
Look,
I know you're not excited.
Look at that picture. How can that picture not be appetizing to you? You have green stuff, more green stuff, and then what looks like meat but is really green stuff.
You can't. Those are called vegetables.
What?
Green stuff is vegetables.
Vegetables.
Vegetables, as they say in Latin.
Look, my son can't stand vegetables, so he must be right. He must not be good.
Learning it from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
First plant-based steak in the U.S. hit stores this week.
Yep.
And, well, I think you know how I feel about it.
Well, yeah, I think you know how I feel about it. We both feel about it like, this is fucking dumb. This is fucking dumb. Is it for some people? Sure. I'm sure there's some, look at me, I'm healthy and I like plants and eating animals is bad kind of shit. But you go into this article and not only let's dig in. Let's dig in. Right?
Thank you, Vanessa Bates Ramirez, for writing this article that
we're gonna fucking tear apart. I'm sure the lady is very nice.
So while you're scrolling down, I'm just gonna say because you threw out a word healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That eating this signifies that you're a healthy person. But stop.
Can I please finish one time?
Okay. I'll clarify that statement.
There is nothing healthy about eating this stuff that is,
I think,
somehow plant-based, made out of some sort of plant, so it is 100% vegan, which I'm not putting that into question. I'm sure that it is. But there's absolutely no way in the world that this is healthy, because in order to make a carrot taste like a steak, it takes a lot of processing, and a lot of chemicals, and a lot of work, and a lot of passing through a lot of machines and a lot of stuff in order to make any kind of vegetable taste like a piece of meat.
I think people.
So there's no way that any health benefit or any health values in those vegetables were lost the second they were rolled into whatever building.
I think people that eat this stuff think it is.
Exactly.
It's not for us. It's not for us. You're not going to convince me. And even if it was healthier for me, it wouldn't convince me to switch from regular steak to plant-based steak.
And then I get to the larger picture. Like, if you want to eat something that tastes like steak, why not just have steak?
Right. Well,
because and additionally, there's no any part of saving the planet, because there's got to be some massive 500,000 square foot facility turning all kinds of carbon into the air, in order to make this stuff and produce it and send it out to the world, ship it all across the country.
I don't think it's about saving the planet. I think it's about we don't want to harm animals. I think that's the whole thing behind it. Which is fine.
I'm an animal. They're harming me with their processing plant.
Look, I have more sympathy for
about the human animal?
I have more sympathy for animals than I do for people. Fine, you want to do that? That's your thing. But I just think it's a fad. I think it is.
Yes,
I think it is. And and you read
the kindness worn off of it,
and it's wearing off. Right, you're right, absolutely. And I can't remember where exactly I saw it.
They're further down, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's further down, but there is some nutritional stuff, but it doesn't say that one is worse or better than the other.
One what?
Well, whether it's plant-based or real meat, it doesn't, in here, it doesn't say that one is better than the other. What about the nutritional side of the equation? Many consumers see plant-based meat as being healthier than real meat, but it depends which parts of the recommended daily diet you look at. So it really all depends. It really all depends. Fake and real meat products tend to have comparable amounts of protein, while real meat has more saturated fat, and fake meat can have more sodium. So these both depend on the type of meat and process. And Beyond Steak contains 21 grams of protein and 6 grams of fat per serving. So it's not like, if you're looking at it health-wise, it's not like it's better. You know what I mean? You're not.
It's certainly not better.
Right.
There's no way that it can, that something so overly processed can be better or more nutritious or have more nutritional value
Right.
for your body than something that is
Right.
100% natural, which a piece of meat is.
And this is right here getting to my point. Though plant-based meat hasn't been around for all that long, at the moment, it seems like its heyday has passed. That, brings me to my point, right? It's just kind of a thing. It's a
Absolutely.
It's a fad. Call it a fad if you want. And there's people that are going to stick with it for the rest of their life. But
read the last part there at the peak.
Yeah, at its peak in July 2019, Beyond Meat was valued at $13.4 billion, but the company's shares plummeted by 80% this year, leaving its value at a comparatively paltry $821 million. 80%, which means that it was just this cool thing to try, right? It was this cool thing to try, so people jumped on the fucking bandwagon and just fell off of it real quick for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, I would think like any consumer product, which this is.
Yeah.
This isn't any good.
Right.
Like, I have not eaten any. I will not eat any ever. It's just not something that I'm interested in. People ate it, people tried it, and they're just like, oh man, this is really terrible. So even the diehard vegans, they're just like, you know what? I'll just eat some.
I'll just eat some grass.
Instead,
I'll just eat some grass.
Yeah.
The company also disclosed plans earlier this month to lay off 19% of its workforce or 200 employees. So from 800 employees, 1,000 employees, they're letting go 200. 20%. Math's hard. Sorry. Math is hard.
Well, right. I mean, but that's not a lot of people. So, I mean, if I was one of the people losing my job, yeah, that'd be a lot of people. But that's not a huge workforce for something that was worth $13 billion 2 years ago.
Right. Well, I think they just blew up so fucking quick because all of a sudden everyone started jumping on this bandwagon, and it came, and now it's going.
Right.
So I don't think it'll ever go away completely. I just don't think it'll ever. I don't think it'll ever replace. What me and you are doing. It won't replace barbecue. It won't replace steaks and grilling out in the back and all this shit.
Since you brought up steaks, let's just go ahead and jump into the reason perhaps why Impossible Meat is losing its luster.
All right.
Here's the beef. New survey finds steak remains America's favorite food. 2 in 3 would have it as last meal.
All right. Let's see this.
Love it.
I have not watched.
And these are commercials. These are conversations that I have a lot. Like,
okay.
Death Row meal, my final meal.
Mm-hmm.
Totally fried chicken would be on it.
Yeah.
From Popeyes.
Get
face.
Find something better.
I mean, what do we need to know? Some 64% of survey respondents said if they could choose their last meal, steak would be included.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Who doesn't love steak? 64% of
they said steak,
Americans love it.
But they didn't ask them to specify whether it's plant-based steak or real steak. Details, buddy. All right, are we watching this? Or
No, we're not watching that. Okay. We're just talking about it. We're just putting this in here to illustrate the point and drive it home.
Yeah.
That steak is amazing and people want to eat steak.
Steak is amazing.
Regardless of what you see and what you hear, you will eat the bugs and you will like them. People want to eat steak. They want to eat ribeyes. They want to eat T-bones. And they want to eat a lot of them.
I think there's a small percentage of the population that is vegan.
They're trying. God bless you. That's what America's about. It's all about. It's all about the market trying something different, innovating, creating business, and they did it, and it worked for a little bit. And
because you need to know your audience. Know your audience. You know what I mean? Who are you making this for? let's say 20% of the population is vegan, 10%. I don't think it's even probably that much.
Right, but I think the company was realistic. I think
so.
I think who wasn't realistic was, social media, the media, and people that amplify, these kinds of products, and this kind of voice. They amplify it, and they think everybody wants this. Everybody should eat it, so it just has a meteoric rise. And then when it comes to reality, we find out where it is. That the vegetarian population in this country, while growing,
right,
is still very small.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, right? The reality is always very different than social media or anything like that. That is a bubble that is very loud, but only for people that are in that bubble.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas everything outside of that is just, it's so much larger. You have your small little bubble, and then here's the whole fucking world.
And then Bill Gates gets involved, starts buying up all the farmland so he can grow more vegetables to make more impossible meats. Okay? Watch out for that guy. He's coming for all of us.
Coming for all your meats. Coming for all your meats.
He's buying up the farmland so we can't have cows anymore.
Buying up your meats and your chickens.
Motherfucker.
Fuck that guy.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We will keep the conspiracy theories coming.
Bye.
Proud.